Level 1. The Nothing. You were born in Culiacan, Sinaloa, 1995. Your father is not around. Your mother works 2 jobs and is never home. You are 7 years old and you already know what hunger feels like. You wear the same shoes to school for 2 years. The other kids notice. The streets raise you, and the streets have only one curriculum: survive or don't. You are 13 years old. You choose survival. Nobody teaches you this is wrong. Everyone around you is doing the same thing. Level 2. The Recruit. The Sinaloa cartel is everywhere in Culiacan. You cannot avoid it even if you wanted to. They own the police, they own the politicians, they own the streets you walk on every day. They approach you on a Tuesday afternoon, a man with a brown jacket and gold chain. He says he has been watching you for 3 weeks. He says you are smart, smarter than the other kids on the block. He says smart kids in Culiacan have 2 choices: work for us or work for nothing. He offers you more money than your mother makes in a month from cleaning, for one job. You think about the empty bowl, the worn shoes, the empty chair. You think about your mother's face when she comes home exhausted at midnight. You take it. Your first job is simple. Watch this corner. Report anyone who looks like police. You're good at it. They notice. And in the Sinaloa cartel, being noticed is everything. Level 3. The First Time. 6 months pass. You have been standing on corners, carrying packages, passing messages. You have not asked questions. You have not made mistakes. Then one evening, your handler gives you something heavier than an envelope: a name, a photograph, an address. You are 14 years old. You know exactly what this means. He tells you it is just business, nothing personal. He says the man in the photograph did something unforgivable. He says the family will be safer without him. He says a lot of things. None of them matter. What matters is the number he writes on a piece of paper and slides across the table. You tell yourself it is just business, over and over, until you believe it. The job takes 11 minutes. You count it. You complete the job. You do not sleep for 3 days. You sit in your room and stare at the ceiling and wait for something to break inside you. Nothing breaks. That is the worst part. On the 4th day, your body shuts down and you sleep for 16 hours. When you wake up, your handler has already sent the next envelope. Then you do it again. Level 4. The Profession. By 17, you have a reputation. In Culiacan, reputation is the only currency that matters. The Sinaloa cartel does not use the word hitman. Too ugly. They say you are a specialist. You have a handler, an older man who meets you in different locations every time. He gives you targets and pays you in cash. You never meet the men above your handler. You never know their names. You never know who orders the hit. You never ask. You develop a system. You do not look at faces. You look at addresses. You do not say the names out loud. Only once in your head, then you forget them. Forgetting is a skill. You practice it every day. You complete 12 jobs in 2 years, each one technically easier than the last. You are not a criminal. You have convinced yourself you are simply very good at a job. You buy your mother a new refrigerator, then a car. She asks where the money comes from. You say construction. You say you work for a contractor. She looks at you for a long time, then she never asks again. You tell yourself you are doing it for her. It is easier that way. The lie you tell yourself is always the most important one. Level 5. The Machine. You are 19. You have been doing this for 6 years. You stop thinking of targets as people. They become problems. Problems get solved. The Sinaloa cartel is at war with CJNG. Targets multiply. Your handler calls you every 3 days, sometimes less. You work 6 days a week. You are busier than any legitimate job you could have had. You buy your mother a house. You tell her you are in construction. She cries when she sees it. She says God has blessed her son. She never asks questions. Maybe she knows. Maybe she doesn't want to. You tell yourself you are doing it for her. It is easier that way. Level 6. The Crack. You are 22. You have done this for 9 years. You have lost count of the jobs. You have a routine. Wake, receive target, complete target, sleep, repeat. Then one day the photograph on the table is someone you recognize.
a childhood friend, someone who used to kick a ball with you when you were both 7 with no shoes. You sit with the photograph for a long time. Your handler calls, you do not answer. He calls again, you do not answer. For the first time in 9 years, you do not answer. You complete the job. 3 days later, slower than usual, but something has shifted. A crack. You can feel it, and once you feel it, you cannot unfeel it. Level 7. The trap. The cartel does not let specialists retire. You have always known this. You have seen what happens to people who try to leave. They do not fire you. They do not let you resign. They make you disappear. You are valuable to them. That is the trap. The more valuable you are, the harder it is to leave. You start making a plan. Quietly. You tell nobody. Money saved in different locations, not all in one place. You learned from watching others fail. A different name, a different city, a different face if necessary. You give yourself 6 months. You start counting down. For the first time in years, you have something to look forward to. That feeling will betray you. Level 8. The betrayal. Someone finds out about your plan. You don't know who. You don't know how. 3 months before you plan to leave. 3 months. Your handler calls you to a meeting. The location is different. The energy is different. They know about the money. They know about the plan. Your handler does not shout. He does not threaten. He simply looks at you. Your handler looks at you the way you have looked at photographs. You understand immediately. You run. You have 3 minutes before they come after you. You trained for jobs like this. You are no longer the specialist. You are the problem. Level 9. The ghost. You make it out of Culiacan with nothing but cash and the clothes on your back. You take 3 buses to 3 different cities before you stop moving. You change your name, you change your hair, you change everything except what is inside you. You find a small apartment in a city nobody knows your name. You try to sleep at night. The faces follow you. Not all of them, but enough. You get a normal job, construction, the real kind this time. Your hands that used to do other things now carry bricks. You do not hate it. For 8 months, you are almost normal. Almost. Level 10. The price. They find you. Of course they find you. The Sinaloa cartel has people everywhere. You knew this. You hoped you were wrong. A message on a phone you thought was clean. We know where you are. Come back or we come to you. You sit in your small apartment for 3 hours without moving. You think about your mother in her house, the childhood friend, the crack that never closed. You think about the faces that follow you at night. You realize something nobody tells you when you start this life. There is no leaving this life. There is only the life and the end of it. You were never a specialist. You were never a hitman. You were a boy who needed money, and the machine took you. And somewhere in Culiacan right now, there is another boy, standing on a corner, watching, waiting, and the man in the brown jacket is already walking toward him. The machine never stops. It was never about you. It was never about any of you.